I'll back up right to really like the exact thing that happened to me. So the reason why I brought this up is I recently have been posting some of the music Bazes and I have been working on, and it's more just sync licensing background music. He's playing guitar, I'm kind of doing the rest. And when I go and post on Instagram, I'll hashtag sync licensing. And ever since I started doing this, I believe it was about 7 companies contacted me. And like right away, I kind of just knew. I'm like, this is weird. It was a different business practice I've never seen before. Um, and they were basically saying that we like your music and we charge for placements. And so if you're interested, send us your music. It costs however much for however many tracks I send them, and then they're claiming that it's a full refund. I clearly knew it was a scam. Basically, we discussed in the last one that there is no shortage of music. I mean, these companies just randomly hit me up like, I kind of know how this world works, and basically, this part of the industry, there's tons of composers and producers flooding these sync licensing companies trying to get hired by them. So for them to be contacting me, that's just very strange. So, I wanted to bring up like the scam parts of it. You've also experienced it on your end. Maybe you could kind of share your story.
Yeah, so what I get a lot is big rappers or mentors of rappers saying, as their official account as well. So that's the weird thing. Like saying, hey, what's your budget? I can get you into pipelines of blocks or, look up who I made famous. And it's true. It's a manager of some rapper. I don't know, but it's a big rapper. I don't listen to a lot of nowadays rap, only ones like NF or whatever. But I'm like, I will look it up and I will engage with them, but already know in the back of my head is going to be a scam, right? And the first thing they talk about is budget. That's a red flag.
Mm-hmm. It's a big red
But
flag.
I want to, yeah, but I want to back it up even more because it used to happen, but I think due to this pandemic, that the whole live show business is gone. This is increasing to the rooftop. I mean, I have Fat Joe DMing me. Like that doesn't make any sense. Why the fuck would Fat Joe DM me?
Right.
I've seen the same thing with the game. You've seen it with Royce, with this weird ass company selling shit just to make money. It's weird. It is a weird industry as well. I get that, but I think it's just because the income and the streams are gone basically. That they are approaching to these weird strategies or manners to get in money. So yeah, that's fucking weird.
And I think that you really pinpointed the important part of it, which is really like the influx happened when this pandemic hit. So I think it's pretty obvious to kind of like figure out what's going on, because like that would directly correlate with them losing money due to live shows, as you mentioned, and however else their income came in. I'm sure it was based on some sort of live shows or those type of things where they would have to draw on a bunch of crowd that got taken from them. So when you think about that, like it's pretty obvious that they're going to have to go to the internet and ask their fans to come in and continue to purchase stuff from them. Well, that transitioned obviously into them like going and I guess we could say taking advantage of the up and coming artists and musicians out there, which is a very unfortunate thing. Like we're all struggling. Like, I think it also exposes another piece to the industry of like, a lot of people are faking it to make it type of thing. That they're looking rich, but they're not. And so like a lot of people in the industry are suffering, which is very sad on their part too. But like, to turn around and scam the up and comers, that is just like the worst thing you could do in my mind. Like it's very bad.
Yeah, first of all, you're an asshole when you are scamming, and secondly, why would a big rapper or a big producer do that? We would think you've made it, you've made a lot of money, you got a lot of streaming, you did a lot of live shows in the past. Why do you need the scamming? That doesn't make any sense. Like if you have a debt or you're really desperate and you turn to a scam, it's still morally not right. But I could understand, you need to make money to survive for yourself. But a big rapper, like I don't get it. Like what's the point?
Yeah, yeah, me too. Like I'm really confused on it. Like I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that, like I say, they're not as well off as they are trying to portray. But like, that's just the sad part of it all. Like, I think it exposes a lot of parts of the industry that has been kind of faked. You know what I mean? And like, why do we have to live up to this expectation of like having a Rolls Royce and Gucci clothes and all these things as a rapper? Like to me, that's like the part of it that has gotten corrupted. And it even like it pushes on to like the younger artist or musician that's coming up. They think they have to live up to that expectation. And maybe we need a change. Like maybe there's artists out there that are waking up to the fact that like, hey, I'm not as rich, or I don't need to like try to portray this image anymore. And let's not scam people, and let's all figure this out together instead of like turning around. Just it doesn't need to be about the money. This is my point.
You really have two streams in the hip hop industry. You can see this really clearly. The Lil Pump and the 6ix9ine and all that, showing off money, rapping about, I don't know, bitches, drugs, sex, whatever. Just showing off on their Instagram with the big car, new sneakers, face tats. And then you have this stream of rappers like Logic, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole. They are the bigger ones, but also smaller rappers like Low-Key or NF. He's a big rapper as well. Not caring about that at all. Just saying, I'm here to make real music. I don't care about ego or statistics or streams or numbers or money. I'm just here for the passion, for the music, and that's why I'm here. So I can imagine those people will not be able to pull off a scam because they're not drawn to that. They're honest people that do it for the music, and they are often smart about money as well because they already reflected in this weird rap industry because they are rich. They are really rich. It's hard to handle that. But if you see like Logic handling that really good and say, I'm gonna take off with music at the moment for a few years. I don't know if he's gonna come back or not, but he's having a baby, and not getting lost in this big pool of nonsense in this rap industry. But then you have people like The Game doing it now as well. So it's really hard to draw that line anymore. Like who is real, who is fake. I thought The Game was real and talking about, his background and where he comes from and stating facts in his raps. And now he's being accused of scams as well. So it's like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's. I think it's pointing out like the separation of the industry. Like, I think the industry itself, there's things that are going on in the background where they're like, this is the image, and you have to look like that. You know what I mean? And then there's the other side that you're talking about, which is the NF and those type of people that are like, fuck you, I'm me, and I'm gonna do what I feel is right in my heart, and they go against the industry. And maybe there's like a some sort of poll happening right now where like it's being torn apart, and that could possibly be it. But like I felt the same way as you, especially like Game was one of them. Royce 5'9", like I looked up to him, like he was my favorite rapper of all time. And like when I watched like some of the stuff they're doing, I was like, oh man, they're really trying to scam people by coattailing and using like sensitive subjects, and especially now in these times with the pandemic, and you're gonna like use mask and hand sanitizer to like really build businesses that you've never been involved in. I don't know, like when I see stuff like that, like it really shows your character. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. In times of in hard times,
Yeah.
like the pandemic, it's going to show who you really are. Are you going to turn to scamming because you lose some money, or are you going to drop an album and still be real? Like that's why NF is one of my favorite rappers ever. He's just so real to the bone. He raps about his fears, about his past, about his struggles, and even in this weird time, this pandemic, he still drops songs and just staying true to himself, and not caring about money or some money that's going away because they're not touring or whatever. Like how egotistically can you be if you go do scamming when the touring goes away? Like the whole world is in a pandemic. You know how many people lose their job and you're still rich, but now you're scamming because you don't have any live performances. Like, come on.
Yeah, it shows what's important to you in life, right? Like the money.
Exactly.
The money's more important than, screwing somebody else's life over. Like, that's crazy. Like, we're all struggling. Everybody is. It's okay to struggle.